Welcome into another episode of Titans Tube, everyone. This episode, we are going to recap the Titans' Week 2 victory over the Detroit Lions, 16-15 on the road. Comeback win in the fourth quarter, led by Mariota, giving us that late-game clutch factor that we sorely needed. And I think the difference in the game, you are rocking that sweet mustache now.
Titans stash is now 1-0.
We are 1-0
on the season when the stash is here. So yes, player of the game definitely goes to my mustache.
As it should. You are going to be wearing that mustache from now on, right? Until
Yes,
we lose.
I will not shave again until we lose.
Okay, good.
Epic win yesterday for the Titans, 16-15. However, this game was a sloppy mess. I'm talking like middle school makeout session sloppy. I'm talking about like potbelly pig eating a sloppy Joe in a mud puddle.
Ooh.
Sloppy.
Ooh.
This game was a mess. I think there was 29 flags thrown in all, which was 8 away from the NFL record.
Yeah, referee Brad Allen really made his presence felt in this game today. I mean, what a performance by him. He really took over this game, like through the entirety of it. So yeah, Brad Allen, referee, really stood out today.
He's going to need to see a trainer today for, I bet his shoulder's a little sore, tossing all those flags.
Anyway, so yeah, just an ugly game, not only just because of the penalties, but both teams kind of were sloppy on top of that. So yeah, tough game, but it was a close one that the Titans needed to win, and that's just what we did. So we're going to break it down for you guys. Let's go ahead and go to the highlights of the game. So the Titans offense started right where it left off last week by giving points to the defense on this early safety. Poor execution here. Murray gets tackled in the end zone, giving the Lions an early 2-0 lead.
On the ensuing drive, the gunslinger, strong-armed Matthew Stafford makes a ridiculously Stafford-esque play by throwing across his body into the end zone on a 2nd and 20 to old Grandpa Anquan Bolden, who makes the catch for a touchdown. Now, I thought I was going to be mad at our defense on this one, but honestly, that's just a good throw and catch.
I mean, look at him
Great play by Stafford. Nothing we could do about that. So, yeah, with that touchdown, they take the lead 9-0. Go Titans.
Now, midway through the second quarter, Matt Stafford really makes his presence felt again, and in particular, he physically made his presence felt on Parrish Cox here. Oh, man, he is gonna be feeling that tomorrow. He probably will not live that down for the rest of his life. Yeah, just getting absolutely trucked. Denoris Cersei comes in and lays out Matthew Stafford.
The ensuing possession, we were pinned deep in our own territory, which was a trend this game. But DeMarco Murray breaks a 67-yard run up the field, his actually second longest career run, and only his second game as a Titan.
Dang,
there was some great blocking on the right side from all three of our tight ends, Supernal, Fasano, and Delaney Walker. Credit where credit is due.
Yes, of course.
But DeMarco Murray, 67 yards up the sideline, thought he was going to break it for a touchdown, doesn't get it. Unfortunately, the Titans do a very Titan-esque thing and get 0 points out of it, as Mariota ended up holding onto the ball for too long and taking a sack out of field goal range on 3rd down.
After that, the Lions added a field goal, so they went up 12-3 at halftime. Third quarter, not much happened. Lions added another field goal, so their lead is extended to 15-3. But this is where the Titans start getting it going on offense. First play of the fourth quarter, Marcus Mariota fires a laser into our man, Delaney Skywalker, who makes a beautiful catch. And now the Titans are just trailing 10-15 now after that touchdown.
Dare we say that was one of the best throws of Mariota's career, fitting it in between the cornerback and the safety for the 30-yard touchdown?
Oh yeah, that
stellar throw.
Yeah, mahalo, Marcus Mariota. That was beautiful.
Mahalo at your boy.
Sweet.
Anyways, after some defensive stands, Titans get the ball back with 7 minutes to go, and so it begins. The epic, methodical, game-winning 83-yard touchdown drive led by our leader, Lord and Savior, Marcus Mahalo Mariota, and featuring a whole lot of DeMarco Murray. Way to go, Marcus Mariota and DeMarco Murray, including this absolute dime that Mariota drops to him over the seam.
And now, the moment of truth. 4th and 5, 9-yard line, game is on the line. Who gets the call? Old trusty Andre Johnson, our most veteran player, really on our entire team. who makes a beautiful catch in traffic, and he still got it. Andre Johnson is so good that he doesn't even need his hands to catch the ball. Somehow he pins it in between his forearm and shoulder. Honestly, that's kind of the game-winning shoulder to forearm catch that we wanted from him when we got him here.
Exactly. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's how he's always caught the ball. That's how he's going to continue to catch the ball. Marcus was also 9 of 9 on that drive to 5 different receivers.
So the Titans score that touchdown. We take the 1-point lead, 16-15. We go for 2 so that a field goal would just tie the game. But the 2-point conversion fails. And yeah, side note, this season our 2-point conversions have not looked that good.
However, the game is far from over as the Lions get the ball back with a little over a minute left and 3 timeouts. Same situation as they were in last week when Stafford led them on a game-winning drive to kick a game-winning field goal against the Colts. Screw the Colts. Back to the game. But unlike that drive, our pass rush gets to Stafford, strip sacks him, recovers the fumble for the win. Woo! Or at least that's what we should have been saying. But no! Brad Allen and his crew decide to blow the play dead because of forward progress or some other phantom call. And so Lions get the ball back, 3rd and 19, happen to convert it on a great one-handed catch by Eric Ebron across the middle. Where you at, Rashad Johnson?
Yeah, where you at?
And once again, I'm sweating thinking that Detroit's going to pull this one out.
So after that 3rd and 19, it was looking like the Titans would let it slip away. Again, we've seen this too many times, but Parrish Cox comes in and redeems himself, picks off Matthew Stafford, reading the throw. Beautiful play by him. And yeah, it was important for Cox because he got the last laugh after Matthew Stafford just trucks over him.
Yeah, embarrassing. And finally, something that we haven't seen very often, the victory formation. Now, unfortunately, one of Marcus Mariota's many mistakes in the game was not drinking enough water, so his poor calves were cramping.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
Thank God we signed Matt Castle to come in and lead us in that epic victory formation to seal the win.
That's what you want to see in your backup QB. What a good snap, good hold, and the knee.
The knee placement is critical here as you have to touch it lightly enough to the ground to not hurt your kneecap, but also forceful enough to let the refs know that you actually touched the ground to end the play.
Absolutely. His kneecap is definitely intact. So there you have it. There is the game right there. We come out with the win, almost giving it away. But yeah, strong comeback on the road. So now we're going to move on to our grades for the offense, defense, special teams, and coaching.
So we all know this was a sloppy game on both sides, but our offense played incredibly sloppy, especially the first 3 quarters. We moved the ball when we had to, but really only when we had to. Entering the 4th quarter, our offense had only scored 3 points. And if you date back to the Minnesota game, that's 5 straight quarters without a touchdown. Offense has to get on the board, score more points. I know we did miss a field goal early. O-line struggled at times, especially Chance Warman. Dude, you got beaten so much.
Yeah.
I know you and Jack Conklin combined for a terrible blocking on when we gave up that safety.
They did some good things, but yeah, it was very hit and miss with the O-line. We were better, though, at not turning the ball over. We did turn it over once, but unlike last week, we didn't give the defense 2 touchdowns, so that's definitely an improvement.
Yeah, there were no touchdowns on our turnovers, thank goodness.
Still gave them a safety, though. We got to stop giving points to the other team on offense.
Positive notes, though, Delaney Walker got the ball a lot more, which is always good. Delaney Walker. I thought Marcus Mariota looked shaky early, especially through the first 3 quarters. Looked very uncomfortable. But the NFL is kind of a what have you done for me lately league when it comes to the quarterback. And of course, Marcus Mariota finished hot as my mother's sweet potato pie right out of the oven, which is quite hot, as I say. So gets a few points back there for how he finished the game and led us on those clutch drives at the end. I liked how our run game looked. DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry combined for 30 touches each, which I thought before the game, if we could get them at least 30 touches between the 2 of them, we would win. That was both receiving and rushing, so great for our smash mouth. We didn't stray away from that even when we got down late. It was definitely a tale of 3 quarters compared to 1 quarter. If it was looking at the first 3 quarters, I would have graded them like an F. The last quarter, like an A. So combined, overall, I would give it like a C-. Just need to play a complete game. Got to put up more than 16 points if we want to win games in the National Football League. Tell me about the defense, Justin.
Well, I would say our defense played pretty well because we only held the Lions to 15 points, which is kind of amazing. They do have a high-flying offense. They put up 39 last week against the Colts, but I think we have a better defense than the Colts anyway. Our defense, however, did get bailed out more than once on whether it was penalties or dropped passes. I know they had a handful of dropped passes that could have been big for them.
They did have three touchdowns called back from penalties and 7 drop passes, I believe. So thanks, Lions. You helped us out.
You helped out our defense a lot. And most importantly, we got the stop at the end whenever it counted most. We got the interception. The best time possible for us to get our first takeaway of the season to seal the game for us. As far as pass rush goes, getting after the quarterback, we did that a lot better this game. We didn't get to the quarterback once last week, but we recorded 4 sacks this week. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, including Kevin Dodd. Props to him. Congratulations, Kevin Dodd. You got your first NFL sack. Good for you. Awesome.
And 2 for a rack, po!
Rack.
Rack 'em, rack.
And Klug. You know what? I'll shout out to Klug. I like freaking Carl Klug. He is like an awesome rotational player, the perfect guy to come back in, and he's always productive. He's productive for us every single year.
He's definitely a hustle player. Every time I watch him out there, he's giving his all. Kind of reminds me of a Kyle Vandenbosch-esque type player.
Yeah, is it because he's white?
No, because of his hustle. Because of his hustle and his determination to stop the play no matter what the cost.
But the secondary, still very, very shaky. We've been giving up some deep passes, and we would have given up more if their receivers were going to catch the ball. But still, through 2 games, our defense has only given up 1 touchdown to the opposing offense. Like, that's really good. I can't go lower than a B-. I think they played well. They kept the team in the game until the 4th quarter. So I'm giving the defense a B-. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree.
Cool.
I mean, if we can hold the teams to 16 points every game, I think we're going to win a lot of games this year.
We're going to move on to special teams. How did the overall special teams look to you? What grade would you give them, Caleb?
Well, it was a little sloppier this week than it was last week. A lot of penalties on kickoff returns and punt returns, which just pushed our starting field position way back. I think our best field position was at the 25, which is only twice on touchbacks. Mariani wasn't as tight as he was last week. Actually fumbled a punt return late in the game, which could have been huge. Thank God that the out of bounds marker was right there and the ball decided to go to it. Coverage team was pretty good. We did have one standout play by Cody Riggs, who we just recently signed when he caught that punt at the 1-yard line.
Nice.
Finally pinning them back deep.
Nice play. That could not have been played better.
That's why we brought you back, bro. Overall, just a lot sloppier this week with penalties, and I know the whole game was sloppy on both sides, but we gotta tighten that up. Bad starting field position is never gonna help us win games, so I'm gonna give it a C-, honestly. We gotta get better in those areas.
All right, so final grading here is the coaching of the game. I didn't see much exoticness in this game as we did in the first game against Minnesota. It was very much more straightforward as far as running the ball goes. Good on the coaching staff for sticking with the smash mouth throughout the game, especially when we were down by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter.
We didn't get away from who we wanted to be at the start of the game. Positive.
We mentioned this with the defense, but I attribute a lot of this to the defensive coaches. So I guess Dick LeBeau deserves credit for the halftime adjustments that he made and only allowing our defense to give up 3 points to the Lions in the entire second half. But I don't know. I mean, we had a lot of penalties. Can you throw that on coaching? Maybe. I guess we will or won't. It doesn't matter. We're going to give the coaches a B grade in this game. I didn't see anything too crazy from them that just made me question what in the world we're doing. And we won the game at the end, so yeah. Go coaches.
So, can't hate on that. A W's a W.
Dub's a dub.
Dub's a dub. Shout out to Taylor Lewan.
Yeah.
Because in the midst of all these penalties, he did not get a single one.
Yeah.
I could not believe that.
Awesome.
Way to go, bro.
He's a baller. He's balling, and he balled this game.
Not to mention, he also has a nice mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Like, mwah!
So after 2 weeks, here is what the AFC South divisional standings look like. And look who's in that 2 spot. I know it's early, but hey, we got the win. The Jags and Colts both lost again. And Houston, after 2 games, it's looking like they are the team to beat early on in this division. So
we'll see in 2 weeks.
We'll see them in 2 weeks. That might be a game. to take an early division lead. But we got to take care of business next week in Oakland. Don't overlook any games
It's
here.
at home.
Oh, it is at home. We're welcoming Oakland to the Smashville, and we're going to smash them. We need to.
Exactly. We have positive momentum, both offense and defensively, moving into this week. So let's continue to get it rolling.
Or as they say, let's tighten up.
Oh!
If you want to get our full immediate reaction after the game, you can check out our podcast. We'll throw a link up here. There you go. There's the link. Any closing thoughts, statements, sentiments, beliefs?
Always remember to be yourself. Don't try to be what other people want you to be.
Mm-hmm.
Stay true to yourself and who you are, and follow the road less traveled.
Are you Robert Frost?
Anyway, if you don't agree with our grades or if we missed something, let us know in the comments below, or hit us up on Twitter.
See you later, friends. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for sticking around.
Soft touching. I mean, okay. Into the highlights.
Highlights.
You wanna go first?
Tom Brady's taken knees several times in his life. Channel the energy. Okay, channeling. How else can we be super weird? Are you guys freaking out right now? Are you guys freaking out? Yeah, this is weird. This is really weird, isn't it? Ooh, scary.
Go Titans. Boom. Boom. We're still filming here.
Well, that
We're
could
still filming here.